Wow. I'm still amazed that the new video camera, the new card we put in here is still like, the photo, this morning, the camera's at complete max settings and we have 6 hours and 15 minutes of recording time. Wow. Morning. Yeah, that's definitely going to be annoying. It is like right here. I told Aaron it was going to be really annoying. He's like, well, we'll get used to it. I'm like, I don't know. That's like right on my forehead when I vlog. Because it's such high quality, we can't take a picture while recording now. Again, something I can probably tweak with the settings. I'm not necessarily sure. It's probably the fact that we'd need to switch it over to P rather than interlaced, so at that point it probably will take them. But right now there's like a little camera icon right here with a little like no, like ugh. Although this is in 1920 by 1080. Aaron is being what I'm calling an achievist on Mini Metro. I almost called it Tiny Trains. Even though, well, there are trains on this one because they're going over bridges, not tunnels. Or does it just depend on the map?
I think they're technically all trains. On the Melbourne one, they're trams, but still trains.
And he's trying to get a score of 500 people serviced. On every map, because that's how you unlock things. That's why he's saying he's being an achievist. He does that on WoW. He'll go through and he'll find like an achievement and he'll go out and he'll snipe every little part of it and go up to that exact amount and go, okay, I'm done. Rather than me on like fishing stuff where I'm like, you got the achievement, hun? Yeah, I know. I'm just sort of in a groove right now of fishing. But yeah, I've been stretching, rolling, and whatnot. Getting all this stuff just worked. It's gonna be like 80 out there, but benefit, we're in white this week. Even though it's funny because it's like we're in white, but it's technically a ridiculously local game, but not for Cowlitz County, but for a lot of the players, because a lot of us come from Vancouver, Portland area. But I've been sipping water. I mean, I've had my coffee and we don't have enough bread this morning, so I didn't have any bread, so I just picked up basic 4 and milk. We have 3 hours to get ready. 3 hours until I start getting ready at 2 o'clock. Then we leave and we pick up Willie at after 3 o'clock and then head to Milwaukee High School to be there by 4, which is like half an hour away. Although I did tell Willie that the Memorial Day weekend and stuff is probably going to be hectic on traffic, so we may be early to it or what. Considering there are also people coming from like Longview and Kelso and Woodland, they got to drive like 40 minutes, an hour.
Yeah.
And then if people are on their sailboats on such a nice day, that bridge may go up for a while. Anyways, probably see you when we get some semblance of FUD. Alright, we came down to Panera because, I don't know, it was just a thing I decided to come do. So, yeah. Probably won't be able to record inside as it's lunchtime and this is a really yuppie place and people like to come here. Alright. It wasn't necessarily very busy in there, but there was enough people scattered about that I couldn't have gotten a good don't keep someone on camera in the background. At least in restaurants I kind of try to avoid that one. But out in public, I just don't care. Like if there's a bunch of kids playing back there, I don't care. If I'm at the waterfront, whatever. You know, hell, they could be shooting aerial shots for like KATU at the time and you'll be on camera. But you're just so itty bitty. Like little ants. Momentarily was like, I reached in my pocket, was like, the camera! I left it in the car, it's gonna overheat. I decided rather than a bread bowl and load up my stomach, that I'd just get a bowl of broccoli cheddar.
The steak and white cheddar sandwich.
Oh, I got that once, but the steak was really, really not cooked. I mean, it was cooked. It was warm.
Yeah.
But...
But they put way too much onion and horseradish sauce on it.
I was reading an article while I was in there about Zac Efron's muscles are too swollen Baywatch. And it's actually a male body image issue that is sort of like you had Chris Pratt as Andy Dwyer. He couldn't get roles to save the life of him. Then he decided to get in shape. And out of one summer, he got in ridiculously good shape. And now he's headlining superhero movies and action movies just because he looks good, even though he's not mentally.
Yeah.
And it's just, and the whole article was talking about that and whatnot. I feel like I'm having allergies because my eyes feel like puffy and tired, and my nose feels a little, you know. I'm worried that I picked up a bug somewhere, but who knows? It might just be an excessive amount of allergies because we've had whatever. So I'm probably gonna have another magnesium pill just to make sure to keep the fluids in. Got about an hour. Yeah, got about an hour before I need to start getting ready. So might go through a little bit of meditation or something while in the bed. I've had all my FUDs for today. I'm probably gonna, seems like a bunch of crap, but I have this protein bar that I can have, you know, like at 4 o'clock, like we get there and I just eat it so I don't have to worry about it melting wherever. I hope we have locker rooms this time, I swear to God. But I'll be able to at least check the chat before I leave, because it won't be like a decent distance away. And then, anyways. So yeah, we'll probably see you guys over at Milwaukee High School, or when Willie gets in the car. So, I picked up Willie. He's wearing my mask.
Love it.
I don't know if he wants to play in this heat with that on. I mean, it's possible he can see.
No.
But it's definitely one of those things.
I would definitely play a game in this.
Yeah. So we're heading on out. I should probably get directions to Milwaukee High School. So yeah. I just figured I'd say we're on our way and whatnot.
Are they actually fast to Milwaukee Stadium?
He's great, but he knows the blitzing. He's great at throwing his blitzing. So we gotta stay off blitzing the blitzing. What's up with that? What's up, D?
No, our ball, we got it back.
Looking at it.
He got one route, and that's a fake. One route. Hey, look me up there, John.
Okay, they just don't want to. That's why I was like, hit him, like diving his leg or something. He's already going. He's just saying, he's going up there. He's got one route. Hit him. Boom. There you go. Get up there, Ty. I started blocking the safety, came in, I was like, Right. Get it. Yeah, last time I played the Raiders, he was the tackle I was on. Hey, let's go, return! It's you, D!
No, thank you.
Slide it, Julius. Good, Donnie, outside, wrap.
No,
Wrap.
no.
Good, clear.
Lifting weight.
Good, Carter. Good tackle, baby. I'm not gonna get as many touches. What it is.
Don't, hey, throw it. Watch the ball. Yeah. Oh, if he would have turned around, he would have taken it. And it's intercepted. Third quarter, coach. Fourth quarter. We played the.
He would have had a touchdown on that Z there, though. Yeah, I don't know why you didn't throw it. Because he had that block.
You called it and they didn't.
He still got a little wiggle. He still got a little wiggle.
You have the juice used to have. Dude, he used to
It worked for a minute. No, get it, cut it. Right there, cut it. Get inside. Get inside. Nah, you're slow.
Everybody, way to come out and play hard to the very last play, guys. Excellent job. Thanks, everybody, for coming out. Heavenly Father, we just thank you, Lord God, for allowing us to come out and play the game that we love to play, God. We pray for safe travels on the way home, and bless our families and everybody that came out. Lord, bless our bellies on the way home. In Jesus' name, amen.
Hey, let's get a football, fellas. Hey, football three, football three. 1, 2, 3.
Morning. We did not record after game. I was not. I was honestly having, and what I've been able to diagnose this morning is I've been up for about 3 hours. For a while there I was laying in bed because, well, the reasons why I will explain right now. I am coming down with a cold. but it's like 85 degrees outside. Yeah, they're like the weirdest time. It's like the weirdest time I get a cold. It's always like when we have our first heat wave, I get a cold for some reason, and I don't get it. I honestly think I got it from the hot tub on Friday, because I did a little bit of research Friday day, and that Epsom salt can actually negate a lot of chlorine. Like you can do a saltwater hot tub because it's sodium chloride, and it just adds to it, but there's no chlorine in Epsom salt. It's magnesium sulfate. So the magnesium then binds with the chlorine and it's not necessarily effective. So you basically kind of, in a way, dechlorinate a hot tub. So if that was sitting there all night without the chlorine in it, especially normal water chlorine, it has a bunch of like bacteria and stuff in it. And stupid me, I put my head underwater not thinking quite right. I probably got that. So yesterday's game ended as a score of 77-0 or something like that. Is that what it was? 77-0? Yeah, that's 11 touchdowns, 1 PAT. They didn't even try to go for a 2-point. They knew they had us after a while. At halftime, things fell apart. Things fell apart at the beginning. I can supposition, that term is a real thing, as to what went on. I know I'm personally tired of giving the Raiders an ego. I'm tired of, one of the things I'm kind of tired of is, well, it just seemed like half the Cobras that are like new or solely exist in the Cobras or the Vipers, they don't really deal much with the general other teams. They didn't know anybody over there, so they were thinking, okay, it's the Raiders, I've heard of them, but I don't know any of them. And then there's the other guys that are around in the system, have been around for 10 years in these teams, you know, on and off, going around. Like Darvell played for the Raiders for a while. He played on the Monarchs with some of the Raiders line. So, you know, he has friends, and Grimes was over on there, so Willie had someone to talk to, but it just, they had injured players working their chain, so the players were over, and it just, like, I'm standing there on the sideline, and like every so often, like, I gotta give props to Miguel because he was basically being quasi taunted by the chain crew. Because they are players on the Raiders, but they're injured or starting a new job or Lord knows whatever. And he was being unfazed by their constant talking. Like, you know, give me Bomber and his kids, you know. Bomber talks kind of, but he more or less watches the game. These guys are like not really paying attention to being chain crew really. And we're like, oh, I guess it's time for me to move. Hey, and I'm like, the chain crew wasn't taking it seriously. There's a few guys on the Cobras that I could tell were not taking it seriously because it's a Raiders game, but they're playing their friends. Whereas when we play like the Hurricanes, they don't know very many people. When we play the Grizzlies, we don't really know many people because they're just so physically so far away. You know, even the Nighthawks, well, we may have seen them before, you know, on maybe other teams or people that moved down from the Seattle area played on the Nighthawks or the Colts or whatever they were. You know, that'll be that, but it's not like we're dealing with, you know, we're not like necessarily Facebook friends. I mean, I certainly don't know anybody on the Nighthawks. In fact, the last time I saw them, well, technically I've seen them every year, except for my first one because they were the Colts then and they were in the other division. But like the second year on the Pit Bulls, that was when we went up to Sumner, and then they came down here and to Hare Field, and now we're going up there, but that's not till the end of June. Next week we're going to the coast. But yeah, so I mean, as my recollection, I went into that game like, as I told Willie in the car, I was having like manic happy anxiety that like the Raiders were you know, had a good chance of going down. And then by halftime I could see the demoralization on people's faces. And probably what kicked it up into a notch was looking at just the sheer terror and fear, and probably a little too much pre-workout in Gunner's eyes. And when we were in the locker room, he looked like he was about ready to freaking have a seizure. You know, I understand he was angry, but it was like, there's a fear you see in someone's eyes and an anger, and then there's just that little like, I have way too much energy going on. And I know that look, because I've seen it in my own eyes, when I'm about ready to have one of my big meltdowns. I've gone back and watched videos previously. So why did I have a meltdown yesterday? Well, I figured this one out. I'm getting sick. And when I get sick, I get cranky. When I get cranky, the littlest things bother me because I have a nice, wonderful 100% defense thing going on when it comes to everyday meltdown, shall we say. But when I get sick, the body's like, no. And it starts diverting things to, you know, production of antibodies and stuff, and it just takes away that little bit of energy. And everybody has it. That's the thing. You know, if someone gets sick, even a cold, there's like one day where they're just like super cranky. You know, you get it. You know, you sort of realize, are you getting sick? Because you'll get them sort of like, they'll sniffle a little bit. They, you know, they might, you know, they'll be a little warm to the touch if you're able to touch someone. And they just, you know, they just seem crankier than usual. Well, that's what happened, is I was getting, my nose was drying out because I'm having basically a sore throat. You could probably hear it in my voice. Not because of screaming last night. And then fourth quarter, like all the little things were bugging me. And it's the thing is, like, I can describe an anxiety attack or a panic attack or however we want to classify these things to people. Because an anxiety attack would be like just general anxiety. That can be any of the emotions, but a panic attack is more fear. So there's that. But like, this was just pure stimulus overwhelming, and I didn't know what to do because I recognized it at the time. So I was trying to stim, socially acceptable stim. I was pulling at my ear. Those of you who actually are watching at this point, past any football stuff, are realizing that you'll see, like during Trek Tuesdays, I will just pull on my ear sometimes. It's not that I need to stim at that time. I mean, I'm doing it right now. Once I start, it's hard to stop. And I do it so automatically. There's another thing I do on Trek Tuesdays, and I'm saying this one, and it is once you once you know about it, you're gonna look and you're gonna see it. I do this, and then I sniff my fingers. I don't get it, but it can calm me pretty easily or whatnot. One of the major things, which wasn't yesterday because it was so hot there wasn't anything out there, but one of the things that has been able to set me off before is smell. That's what happened with the Bridge City Bowlers, or the Venom or whatever, is I couldn't figure out where that smell was coming from, and it set me off. I was on borderline, but again, this ever-present smell that was getting to my brain and being obsessive, and I couldn't get rid of it. I didn't know where it was. It was the tape on my broken finger. But I didn't know tape was supposed to smell like Roundup. So, that was that. I'm gonna go take care of Star Trek stuff and whatnot. Put this thing on the charger so I can get a full battery charge. And then we'll see about typical Sunday stuff. So that's the explanation from yesterday. Well, apparently the 12:30 rush didn't quite happen. But again, Memorial Day weekend, and it's bright and sunny, and like people are gone for the weekend. Although I did check the Inn at Spanish Head, and I was like, there's not many people down at Lincoln City Beach, but there's probably also a lot of people actually out camping rather than going to the beach. Because when you got nice weather, you may want to go up to the mountains, to the lakes and whatnot, rather than go to the beach where the water is still freezing cold. I mean, it's the Pacific, and it's the Pacific Northwest. The water is just always freezing.
There's also a thing this weekend, like the Pacific Northwest version of Burning Man. I think it's called Float or Raft or something, but it's taking place out somewhere in the forest. Pack in, pack out.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, again, like I said, it's Memorial Day weekend. People probably, you know, we're out on some semblance of little vacation. We'll know more when we go to Freddy's. This is about our typical time.
Yeah.
Is that person old enough to smoke? Probably.
They're wearing a Truth t-shirt. Truth being the current anti-smoking campaign.
No, that has the little like dot pattern as the truth.
Yeah.
And that's not. That's just not smoking. They're literally taking tiny little puffs every breath.
They are also probably not old enough to smoke.
Oh boy.
Who knows? Maybe.
Kind of hard to tell with Asians. They tend to defy. Like if
Conventional aging.
Yeah, like I haven't asked Klein's age, but I would probably be floored as to how old she is. She's got like the little wisps of gray hair and like lightly aged skin, but she could be like in her 60s.
Yeah, she could be anywhere from like 40 through maybe 75.
I wouldn't say up to that point. She would have retired by now. I mean, even if you got a pretty cushy job as an office psychologist, you can go up to like your 70s because you're not backbreaking your work. But eventually you're like, I just want to not.
Yeah.
Anyways, off to the store. Seem to be packing a lot of stuff out. Like, there seems to be more people putting stuff out than typical. Oh wait, no. $2.69 or $3.49 for a giant pound. But there isn't actually a lot of people in the store shopping, so they probably came in this morning and got all their various stuff for barbecues and whatnot. See if we can eat this right. I missed out on eating my pepper jack mac and cheese last Monday. So rather than getting a pizza roll things, I wound up just using it as my Monday dinner.
How'd that go?
It threw me off. I felt weird all week because I didn't have pizza rolls. Which is really strange because you're like, but you had something different. And I'm like, yes, to every other person on this freaking planet, having something different every once in a while is nice. We go down the soup aisle. Oh, getting a little lightheaded in here. All right, I gotta arrange stuff because Aaron needs to put all this shit down. Make sure I have all the special room for Aaron to put his soups in. There we go. So I've been laying down, resting, keeping my body low energy so I can divert all the energy it needs to. It's like 7:39 right now. As I expected, and I'm going to shame him on camera, Broseph didn't record anything.
Yeah, I didn't.
He doesn't. If you guys put in the comments anything you want him to talk about, he'll probably do it. But he doesn't do anything spontaneously. You gotta ask him or tell him or...
Give me some kind of a prompt at least.
Yeah, he doesn't invent shit to do. He can't ramble like I can. Which, I started rambling about something. I figured I should probably turn the camera on for this. So I was on Facebook. Now, I'm gonna show you guys. When you go over to the far right section... the far right section where there's 3 little dashes. You can go into all your various things. And you can scroll down, you got friends, events, saved, recommendations, buy and sell, groups, shops, which apparently there are people these aren't like Facebook Marketplace. This is a shop.
Like a brick and mortar shop.
No, these are like how eBay has shops.
Oh, you buy and sell stuff on Facebook?
Bro, that's what the third option is with the Marketplace. This is like actual like eBay. Like, look, there's a free car.
A free car?
A 2000 GTI Jetta.
Why is it free?
That's in Spanish. Oh, no, it's not. It's a 5-speed, runs, drives great, good clutch, interior's clean, heated seats, new tires, good rims. It's in Woodburn.
Huh.
Doesn't say why it's free.
Not my car.
Here's some football cleats that are $15. I mean, people put things on here all the time, and that's fine.
But that's my question. How long has that been there? Because I've never seen that before.
Well, you barely get on Facebook to begin with. Like since before the election. Like a year.
Wow.
But anyways, I'm going down into nearby places. Because that seems like something Facebook's kind of had that. It's always had like recommendations or something.
Yeah.
So I go to restaurants, and it gives me Black Bear, Thai Noodle, Aberrucci. You know, those are 3 places around here we know. Winston, Bar, Striked Nicked, professional service. Herrera Siri, restaurant. These are all in the other apartment complex.
Does not have a commercial area.
No. Steiner Brent, professional service. James Frankie, restaurant. Thrasher Nola, bar. 6 C's Cafe. That one actually show. What?
I know what it is. This is people checking in at places.
But they're doing it at home.
Oh, I'm here eating dinner. I bet that's what it is.
It's people
Checking in at so-and-so's place. I'm having drinks.
with Brent Steiner.
Or I'm having dinner with this person. Or I'm getting my taxes done by this person.
Baja South LLC. See, that's like, where are you? See, that's like right there at the corner. Near. Except, see, is Baja South in the courts over there? I'm not sure about that one. But Mr. Chris Allen, bar. Todd Caponetto, BS, bar. And I'm just like going through this, and I can't find anything that's like, I mean, other than those 3, none of these are real.
Yeah. I think that's probably what it is. That's weird.
Yeah. Tapatio Mexican.
That's probably El Tapatio. Wait, is there an El Tapatio here?
Maybe. But it doesn't have a picture. But like Villa Cafe does. Because that's over at Villa Sport. You know, with their fancy little like rock fire pit thing. It's a coffee shop for All Seasons Bakery. Okay, that's cool. I get it. But like, so apparently Aaron didn't know you can buy things on there.
Yeah.
But it just makes me kind of wonder about like, if I click coffee, what's it going to show up? Our Lady of Peace Retreat. I'm not going to Religious Center to get coffee. Like, this actually shows my current location. It doesn't even show Edge. Oh, okay, it does. 0.2 miles away. Currently closed. Wholesome Mama, The Old Well, Downpour Coffee Roasters, Abigail Bond. Solvay Island Coffee Company? Oh, they must sell like Solvay Island coffee at Edge, because that the marker shows exactly where Edge is. It's the exact address of Edge.
On my products menu, our product shown, which is a girl wearing very little, price $0, and a Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge for $960,000. I officially have no faith in this system.
Here's mine. 2016 new color Nike Air Jordans, $92.05. K541 Youth Light Up Shoes for red, $69.99. North Star Gloves, $111.99. Ravenous Wrist Wraps, $35. Like, it's because I've actually looked up stuff on here in sports. So it says, okay, you want to see a whole bunch of hiking boots. Fix-A-Zipper. Boobs. This lady is selling boobs.
It is inappropriate or has adult products. I can't click to report it.
I wonder if Facebook has actually a Fantasy Football Championship ring. I should shoot out his right there. Bruh. Look, it's a transformation pack from Zach Smith Fitness. Go from lineman to underwear model. $149.95. Customized workout and nutrition programs that are tailor-made for you to help you achieve your fitness goals with me as your online coach. Those in caps.
8-color LED sensored, as in has sensors. Toilet pot light.
Yep. This is a quart of orange marmalade.
An epic color quart of.
Epic Colors translucent. Oh, it is a base coat of paint. I think, yeah. A fiery orange with yellow and golden pearlescent undertones, mixes 1-to-1 with any urethane grade reducer, and requires a quality urethane clear coat for UV protection. What are you supposed to... Is this for a car? It's obviously paint, but for what? It's like the section under the taxes. If you had to verbally ask what it is, you don't know what it is. Yeah. Even though people... it doesn't apply to you. Even though people are like, but it could. No. I have to tell Aaron this. Well, I had to tell him this the first time he was kind of doing it on his own. I was like, no.
You do not qualify for anything if you have to ask, what is this?
Yeah. I don't know what this is paint for. But anyways, the pizza's cooking.
The oven's preheating.
The oven is preheating. But that's that. That's a cool hoodie. I like that hoodie. Actually, I like that hoodie.
Yeah, that's...
Not
That
worth
is-
$40, but a cat shooting lightning out of its head is amazing. It says Lightning Cat Unisex Hoodie from Sick Prince.
It's totally Darth Kidius.
See, but you can add to your cart here.
Yeah.
You even like it. Morning on a Memorial Day. Morning. Hymn sounds in that. Anyways, because my body loves to be on its ridiculous schedule, it's sort of like people can do whatever they want, but the weather works on its own schedule because we can't really control it. You know, it's sort of like there's a front coming in at 3 o'clock, but I don't want to. No, it doesn't matter. You alter your schedule because the weather's going to happen. I'm sitting there doing a little bit of Star Trek, and my bowels are like, it's time. And I'm like, but I haven't gone to the. I should probably. Aaron doesn't work today, but I like consistency. So we're walking to the platform, but novel idea, he volunteered to take the trash out. I would say it was a once in a lifetime event, but he's done it like 3 times in the last 5 years of his own volition. So it's not actually once in a lifetime. Oh, my egg is hatching. Oh. That guy is wearing a muscle shirt. Basically, it's a shirt that, anyways. His arms are tucked inside because he's cold. I know where it's at. I hatched a crabby, and so I'm like, I want to like hold down on this 2-kilometer egg and just get rid of it, because I'm like, it's so, and you can't get rid of eggs. You just have to hatch them. But hopefully, since I hatched this one now, we'll be able to go. We're going up to the train platform because that's what we do on Monday mornings. Even though he's going to go hang out with his parents today because they got back in from their whirlwind tour of the contiguous states. Didn't take their passports, so they didn't go get to visit Canada.
Yeah.
I know, I saw those 3 in a row, and I was just like, rat party. Yeah, an illusion. What are you hiding? I mean, look at this. An illusion. There's 3 rats in a row. Who does that? That's true, an illusion. I was flying out of the vineyards yesterday, and the guy's like, an illusion. I'm like, hello to you too. We watched we pretty much finished the watch later last night. And apparently, Aaron had never heard of and never seen Sunday Night Sex Show. Or, as some of the newer people might realize, because I watched it as Sunday Night Sex Show, and that's all it was in Canada. So what I was watching was Canada reruns, but then when it started later viewing for actual American audiences, it was Talk Sex. I delved into the Wikipedia. By the way, Sue Johansson's still alive. Yeah. She's only like 85. The thing is like, because we watched a little 2-minute video about her just answering questions from call-in, and it's sort of like, it's really weird because she, at the time, looked like my grandma.
Yeah.
And she's giving out straight-faced, like, she will say, what kind is the dildo? Is it curved? Is it not? Is it curved? Is it not? How much is the curve? Like, because she does call-in stuff, so you can't, like nowadays she'd probably see if she could do like, Skype-ins with visual stuff, but.
I can see that going horribly.
Yeah, well, but the general idea is still there, that it's like, she got her like master's in family planning and all that stuff she's a registered nurse, and I like, who the people that are still watching at this point are old enough to remember Talk Sex with Sue Johansson. If you do not remember Talk Sex with Sue Johansson, please YouTube it. Never mind, I'm going to find a video and I'm going to put it in as an end card. One of those little things. And you click that. You click that so you can watch the glorious wonders of my high school years. So I'd stay up late and it'd be Talk Sex with Sue Johansson. And I'm like, I'm learning so much stuff. She's giving honest to God advice. But it's just weird. Yeah. She's like in her mid-60s. I mean, this was, 1997 to 2005, 2008 when the show canceled. It was really popular. But the thing is, once I told Aaron, she's Canadian.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. But only in the Pacific Northwest does that kind of rationalize things. But
one day, Canada will take over the world. Then we'll all be sorry.
You ever gotten a little sick for no reason? As I'm not really waiting around for a train for Aaron because it's a holiday.
So, one, I don't have to work, and two, the trains are going to be running late.
Yeah, I'm just walking up here to get my focused up. And so, yeah, I guess we'll just sign off here.
Bye.